Hello, comic fans. It is Mike from the Hardcover Comic here. Today, we're going to talk about another Omnibus Wishlist book for me. This time, it's going to be from the DC Comics universe, specifically a Justice League title for a Justice League team that is sort of a cult classic team. You know, there's a cult following behind the Justice League International team. And today, I wanted to talk about a wishlist omnibus that I hope we get to see in the future. So, let's dive in. Before we get into things too much, I got to do my booster gold in here and do my promoting. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already down below. Hit the notification bell as well. It'll let you know whenever we go live or upload a new video. Be sure to check out Dr. Squatch as well. We are sponsored by them. They are an organic soap company. That's a subscription service, so you get soap delivered to your door every month. With the link down in the description below, you will actually get free shipping on your subscription, so check it out. Lastly, be sure to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/the hardcover comic. We're doing hardcover comic giveaways. We give away digital codes as well, heads up, information, news, all that stuff. So be sure to check that out too. Link in the description below. So recently we found out we're getting Justice League International Volume 2, the second omnibus, which is a huge deal because Volume 1 came out a few years ago. It's been a long time, and I need some more Booster Gold in my life, man, let me tell you. But one thing I really want, and I hope we get to see someday, is a Justice League Generation Lost omnibus. This would be, of course, a spiritual successor to the Justice League International omnis that would sit on the shelf, and of course, this spins out of Brightest Day. So, if you're unaware of how things went, Justice League International was done years and years ago, and of course, you know, that team sort of disbanded. JLA came back, and then, you know, New 52 happened, all that. So in between there, though, we had this Justice League Generation Lost series, which was sort of a reuniting of the Justice League International team. You had Booster Gold, you had Blue Beetle, you had, you know, all the other team members as well. My mind's blanking now. Let's take a look here. Fire, Ice, Power Girl, Captain Atom, of course, and Red and Rocket. I think it's Red Rocket. That's his name. Yeah. But anyway, you got this team coming back together in the events of Brightest Day because Maxwell Lord has returned. Now, of course, if you've read JLI, you know how involved Maxwell Lord was with the JLI team back then. It was sort of his idea. Of course, he gets involved in Checkmate, but in Brightest Day, he comes back to life. It's really crazy because Maxwell Lord has played such a crucial role in the DC Comics universe, but he hasn't been used. At least I don't know if I've seen him on like a TV show or a movie, but he's a badass villain, man. He takes control of Superman. He kills Ted Kord, Blue Beetle, of course. Sorry, spoiler alert. And of course, as a result of that, Maxwell Lord ends up being killed by Wonder Woman on TV. And you know, in Brightest Day, Maxwell Lord comes back. He's a White Lantern, and you know, we see the team reunite here to take down Maxwell Lord. What he's done is he's brainwashed the entire universe to forget he exists and to not see him. So whenever there's camera footage of him and the Justice League Generation Lost teams looking at him, they're like, "Do you guys see Maxwell Lord there?" And you know, you'll see Superman or Batman saying, "No, we don't. We don't see him at all." And so it's really, really weird, but a great story. It's very emotional. This team is one of those teams that you fall in love with because they're all B-listers. You know, I guess some of them don't deserve to be, but they're all B, C, D-list characters, like characters that nobody really reads about or wants to read, even though they're all fantastic characters with rich histories, rich characters and personalities. But you get to see them all come together here and kick some serious ass and do the saving that needs to be done. Without anyone really giving them much recognition or caring too much. And in terms of why this should be an omnibus, the artwork is fantastic. We will take a closer look at it in a little bit closer to the end of the video. But you got some fantastic artists in here. You got covers by guys like Ryan Sook and Cliff Chang. You've got Aaron Lopresti, Joe Bennett, artists like that. So, I mean, you know, but those two names themselves deserve to be an oversized oversized artwork, oversized pages. It's fantastic. Their artwork is really, really beautiful. Of course, the design. This was a dust jacket created by Ben Williams for my custom omnibus. It's 24 issues total, the series, and I would change the design a little bit myself, but there's a lot of great covers to use and a lot of fantastic artwork to use to make a really nice dust jacket. And like I said, it'll be 24 issues. It'll fit real nicely on the bookshelf beside the JLI books, or beside your Brightest Day hardcover omnibus if you've got it. I really love this book. It's so much fun, and there are some really emotional moments there, especially with Captain Atom. That dude sacrifices himself so often. It is absolutely crazy. If the Justice League team was Jackass, he would be the Steve-O of the team, always taking the hits for everybody. It's so well done, and Maxwell Lord is such a compelling villain because he's trying to do the right thing the wrong way. And he's been around quite a bit, and I enjoy following his antics in the DC universe. He's a really powerful villain that uses his brain very, very well, not unlike Lex Luthor, but without sort of the recognition, right? The need for recognition, the narcissism. Although Maxwell Lord is pretty narcissistic, but he's a fantastic villain, and I think this deserves an oversized format, especially for the fans of the JLI, because this is the reuniting of the team, and it feels so good. Now let's take a closer look at the artwork. There's some really awesome stuff in here. You guys can see some of the characters and some of the stuff that's going on. I don't want to spoil too much of it, but let's take a look. Let's just take a look. So taking a quick look here. I do realize I forgot to mention the series is written by Keith Giffen and Judd Winnick. So like I said, Aaron Lopresti doing a lot of the artwork here. I know Ryan Sook does a lot of the covers. It's a really, really beautiful book. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of violence. There's also just a lot of really great character moments that are drawn so well. And really, you're getting, for the most part, it's between Joe Bennett, who is now, of course, doing Immortal Hulk, doing a damn good job on there, and Aaron Lopresti. I think you do get a few other artists in there, like Fernando Dagnino, maybe a couple others, but it's a pretty consistent set of artists, and the style doesn't change very often. It doesn't drastically vary issue to issue, so you get a really nice flow, and it's all artwork that I think deserves to be oversized. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's great to see these characters again. These are characters that don't get enough attention. They don't get enough love and respect, but they deserve it, man. They're the unsung heroes of the DC universe. Booster Gold especially, damn it. Booster Gold is hated on so much, but he is such a fantastic. He's the greatest superhero you have never heard of. And I really hope we get a Booster Gold by Jeff Johns, Dan Jurgens omnibus. That would be so damn cool. I would buy that in a heartbeat. DC Comics. Anyone else who agrees with me and who would buy a Booster Gold, Dan Jurgens, Jeff Johns omnibus, please comment it down below. I think that's a fantastic idea. It's such a good run. So alongside this, it would be perfect as well. You get to see some really awesome Captain Atom stuff here. If you're a fan of Booster Gold, this is a book for you. He plays a very prominent role here. Of course, with the death of Ted Kord, you are also seeing the Jamie Reyes Blue Beetle. So you've got a slightly different team dynamic. Bringing Ted Kord back is a plot point within this series, so if that's something that interests you, I highly recommend reading this further. Seeing Ice and Fire is really cool too. They go through quite a few changes here as well. You get to see other characters like Magog as well show up, but really Maxwell Lord is the big bad here, and he is who everyone is after. There are a lot of twists and turns here. Maxwell Lord is a master tactician. He knows how to set people up, how to make situations crazy, how to plan ambushes, how to plan distractions. It makes for a really dynamic plot with some very, very interesting twists and turns. I really love this series. If you guys have read this series, let me know what you think down below in the comments. Let's get a conversation going. If you didn't like the series, let me know as well. If you think this should be an omnibus, I want to know what your thoughts are. Would you add any other issues here maybe that I probably should have included in my little custom bind? Let me know. Let me know down below. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't already. We post content daily. Hit that notification bell. It'll let you know whenever we post new content. Check out our Patreon, the Hardcover Comic. We're doing monthly hardcover comic giveaways. And check out Dr. Squatch. They're a organic soap company with the link down in the description below. You will get free shipping with your subscription. I hope everybody's staying safe and taking care of themselves. during this time of isolation. Check out Justice League Generation Lost if you're looking for something new and fun to read. I highly recommend it. But thank you all very much for tuning in. My dog is going crazy, and I will talk to you all soon. You stay classy, Internet.